Good day, everybody. This is the Ecclesiarch here, back to you with some Warpforge. And today I am going to be playing something horrifying again. So it's going to be the new Genestealer Warlord, which I was actually lucky enough to pull from my, I don't know, 6 pack from the Genestealers. So, well, why not give her a whirl, right? So this Warlord is terrifying. Now, she is not as strong against everything as she is against one particular archetype, which is control, but in general she is still a very, very powerful force to deal with. So first let's talk about her ability, right? Now on paper this is a very cool ability. You get +1 ranged attack, just like Shadow Stun for example, but your ability costs more. That's because it also comes with Sniper, allowing you to destroy those troops freely if you're taking them out. But they have also incorporated the Slay mechanic from the Dark Angels, and it creates a random sabotage in the enemy hand. Now you guys might understand how frustrating this is for a control or token archetype, those who play a lot of like troops that you can abuse this with, but also how not good this is against some aggro archetypes would just beat you down before letting you do those shenanigans. But nevertheless, I don't think there's going to be anybody who's going to enjoy playing against an opponent like this. And the deck is built somewhat around that archetype. First of all, of course, we have the Familiar. You never build a Genestealer deck without the Familiar because it gives you flank. Don't forget it only gives infantry flank, but I don't think we have anything other than infantry. Only thing I think is the Achilles Ridge Runner, which is already with a flank, so it doesn't matter. It also gives +1 attack to adjacent, which is a beautiful little bonus. We do have the Perfect Ambush, as always a great card, just there to make your stuff survive and ensure that they trigger their ambush or are still remain a threat for the next turn. We have Rogue Informant, the new disgusting card for the Genestealers. This is a very, very powerful card, guys, because this is like a very nice card cycle, and you're not only using this to give stealth. This is not just there to, you know, let me pull a Patriarch and make it stealth. No, this is also to pull the necessary cards that you need from the deck, because unlike Staffa, Szenari does not have any card draw, so she doesn't need this card 100%. There's also, of course, Backstab and Clandestine Operation, there to give some sabotage cards. Piofagus as well for that, as well as leaving a nice unit on the board that can, that not only has like stats, but it still has a very cool talent to give you experimental biohorrors. So this card is like a top card for Genestealers. I don't see why anybody would not use this. Then we have the main villain of this new expansion, Cut Them Off. Absolutely ridiculous card. 3 energy, gives you a card, also gives the enemy double improvised barricade. We're going to be making people burn cards like crazy with this one. Living Icon, obviously for more card draw as well as nice energy manipulation. Locust for that amazing stun and stealth. And we have the new Atalan Leader. Now Atalan Leader just acts as a better version of Pure Strain Genestealer. So if you have like Pure Strain Genestealers in your deck and get an Atalan Leader, you just put this in there because it's just a Pure Strain with better stats. But on top of that, it comes with a very scary strike. Now if you manage to somehow do it twice on the Patriarch, which is unlikely, it's going to be very funny. But a lot of times you might also end up triggering Sanctus Ambush twice and other things, but mostly this just acts as a cool flank unit. Underground Network, because since we're playing the sabotage deck, you need this to increase the cost of the sabotages in the enemy's hand. A Trap Sprung, just to use this as a finisher, just to blow the enemy up basically. Klamavus for the stun, as well as the Vox Hacker to add more sabotages. Sanctus, your hard removal, you need this when you combo this with Genestealer Familiar or Perfect Ambush is perfect. Achilles Ridge Runner, your flank plus another way of adding sabotage. Reductus, because Reductus is in general a very powerful unit. And of course we have our late game through Telepathic Domination, Day of Ascension, and Patriarch. So yeah, that is the deck, guys. Now let's get right into it and let's see if we can hit 3000. So it's actually pretty easy currently, I think, to climb the ranks with this Warlord, because she's not that difficult to play correctly once you get a hang of it, and Genestealers are very, very strong right now. Your worst matchups, I would say, would be Stylar Hexcorn, Jane Zar, there he is, Jane Zar, and maybe Gordrang. Probably those are your worst matchups. So you never use Warp Storm as Gene Stealers because you don't want them to get rid of the sabotages for cheaper, and Hellfire is just going to help Sylar, so we're just going to go with normal here. What? Well, okay, let's ignore that game. That doesn't really count. Let's... Oh, well, that also sometimes is gonna happen because people hate playing against this. That has happened a couple of times, I'll be honest. There's also gonna be a couple of disconnects because I'll be honest, like, playing against this is frustrating as hell in certain situations. For example, for Varo Tigurius. Now, I'm not saying that Varo Tigurius is an auto loss or anything, but he does have a bit of a hard time against Szenari. I think this is not only against Szenari, I think it's Gene Stealers in general. Now, I don't know why he decided to use this, because I think Mining Tremors is a very bad offense card to use against Szenari, because I'm going to overload his hand like crazy. So this is when a player earns the skull, right? Okay, so basically as we continue... Oh, and he's drawing cards, yikes. I don't think my guy knows what he's getting into here. Or maybe he does and we're the ones who... have no idea. Who knows? In any case, you can also use your ability, by the way, to just do a positive trade. Some people may tell you that Szenari's problem is that she doesn't do anything turn 1, but trading like 3 damage for 2 damage isn't necessarily bad, especially if you're playing against Swarmlord and you trade 3 for 1. So there are certain things that you can really do well with that, so I wouldn't say that it's necessarily bad. Okay, so he chooses to punch, which I think makes total sense because they want to go aggro. Here, I'm just gonna use my ability. Now, I could play Locust, but I don't think I care too much right now. I can just give him a trap. Not a trap, sorry. The sabotage, still in Alpha Legion terms from HHL. Now, he needs to get rid of this because Varo is gonna take extra a beating from that, so he needs to waste his energy, and basically he just lost a lot of tempo because of that, which means I can freely play my Locust. So another important thing, you might think that Szenari's problem comes from the fact that when I'm using my ability, I'm not playing any troops, but don't forget that the opponent has to then use their energy to get rid of the trap that you gave him on the next turn, so they are not playing any units as well. So that is a... So, not playing, losing tempo to add a tempo killer to the enemy hand is quite worth it. So, I think he's playing correctly. He's trying to just, you know, push me, but now I'm gonna punish him, I think. No, I'm not gonna punish him because he is actually doing pretty well now that I think about it. Ooh, okay. You know what? Let's smack him like this. And I could do a couple of things here, honestly, and I think I am gonna do those things. I could do cut them off, but no, actually, I'll play Locust and I'll just do Clandestine, give him another jammed communications. I want to keep my cut them off from a moment where I'm able to fill up his hand. But he's definitely doing a correct thing by basically playing hyper-aggressive. You know, that's not too good, but that's not too bad either. Because in this case, I got the Achilles Ridge Runner. So what I can just do is just give him another trap. And, sorry, not trap. Give him another sabotage while keeping him stunned. Unfortunately, I'm gonna... Oh, yeah, and we gave him an extra card. That's actually perfect. That's actually perfect. So now his hand is full, and next turn there is a big chance I'll be able to do Underground Network plus cut them off. Yeah, because he has to do that, right? Oh, I think he made a little mistake there. Ah, no. What is this then? Oh, it's an improvised barricade. Okay, never mind then. Never mind. So, I'm not gonna do underground network here. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna do this, giving him a nice little jammed communications. Gonna give him cut them off. And gonna bash him a little bit. So now he burns the cards, and he also doesn't get his warlord ability to keep smiting me, which is great. Oh my god, that is nasty actually. That is nasty. However, oh, he makes me burn as well. So I don't know if he's able to kill me next turn, which is actually a big possibility. Let's give him another trap here, and then let's do this. So if he has the damage necessary, he can finish me off. If he doesn't, however, next turn he for sure loses. I gotta commend him though. That's a pretty good deck. That's actually a pretty good deck to deal with Gene Stealers. That's a pretty good deck to deal with the Gene Stealers. So I know he doesn't have Smite, so if he has another Death from Above, he wins. If he doesn't, well, then he loses.
Oh, you're cunning, but I'm wise to you.
Oh my god, he had Avenging Zeal in hand as well. But then again, it's Varro, so it's not surprising that he did. And he had a point blank shot. You know what? That guy played really well. We were pretty close, but he has a very well-built deck to deal with this. That is very, very cool. He has a burn deck. And the burn deck, I think, does a pretty good job into this. Not as good as other decks, but since he was not playing a lot of units and he was just using like, whatchamacallit, oh my god. He was using only tactics. That puts him in a pretty good spot. Okay, now we're against Gordrang, and he's also going to be using a very correct offense card here. And it's Lord Edge. Okay, so we're up against another aggro, so let's see how we do.
To claim our freedom.
Let's stop them good, lads.
We do the Rusted Vent for starters, obviously. And we drop this. Let's also use this. I think this could be okay. I do want him to start filling his... I do want to start filling his hand, because I want to make the Patriarch cheaper. Okay, Makari's there. Let's now give him this. The good thing about this, for me, is that since he has Makari in his hand, he can't, for example, play a Barricade and then drop a Makari. So it's not going to work that way. So that's kind of a little bit of a bonus that I'm getting in this matchup. Boom. So he could choose to get rid of a Barricade, and he did. Is that the correct choice, is what I'm thinking. Probably in a way that is the correct choice. Now he probably needs a no mocking about on this, else I'll keep him stunned for quite a while. Which I think he doesn't really... Oh. Hey, that's actually interesting. Give him another Barricade. It's unfortunate with the Beophagus. Should I shoot him as well? I think I should. I think I need to. I think I absolutely need to. Okay, gets rid of one Barricade. Gets rid of another Barricade. Okay. So play the Beophagus. And let's give him another Barricade. So more of these things we give him, the more we disrupt him. So I think we're good with that. Plus, the situation is that he this oil spill that he used is an oil. It's called oil spill, right? Yeah, overspill. Sorry. Yeah, since the overspill basically increases the cost for both players, he does get a problem of trying to empty his hand, which he can't unfortunately always do. So it's a thing. Now I could play my Patriarch, but Patriarch would be kind of a waste, honestly. Reason for that being, if I do play the Patriarch, he just does the, what do you call it, no mocking on it, right? So maybe I can lie to him that this is the Patriarch. If he if he doesn't count, well, the energy, which is difficult actually for the Patriarch, maybe we can sneak a no mocking about out of him. We'll see. We'll see. Oh crap! He saw through it. Clever. He saw through it, guys. He saw through it. You know why he's smart? Actually, he's not giving Makari. He's not giving Makari, and that is very, very, very clever, honestly. That is very clever.
Created such wonders to fuel our ascension.
Okay, let's just drop the leader then. He's gonna burn a card. We're not giving him his huge chopper, so that's important. He's not dropping cards because he doesn't want the Patriarch play to happen. Because the Patriarch play is deadly against Gordrang, because then every time he attacks, he takes more damage than I do. Okay, Poison Supplies gets ditched. Then we have the Ruckatruck Squig Buggy. Okay, this is actually nice. This could actually be very good. Gonna be a huge explosion here. Maybe we could use an enhanced musculature here. So here's the thing, do I want to attack him? I think I don't want to attack him, honestly, because he's still playing Gordrang. He still has a huge lethal range. There's the no mocking about. No mocking about, boys. I could actually abuse that a little bit. Oh, come on. Not what I had in mind, Gordrang. Not what I had in mind. Okay, then do this. Then we do this. And then we do this. Gotta get rid of those little goblinos. And he's gonna burn 3 cards. Oh no, it's only 2. Well, at least he doesn't get his big chopper, so that's actually very important. Because every time I... Oh my god. He actually... Does he get lethal here? Oh, he still got lethal. Holy hell. Oh my god. Okay, we got beat up again. That is very, very unfortunate. I think we played that well, but he also played that super well. Because I think he controlled the... controlled the traps like really in a clever way. Okay, we got another Varro. Let's see if we can defeat this one. If he's also playing a burn deck, might be a little bit difficult. If he's not playing a burn deck, however, in that case he's going to have some trouble. Malkador the
From the
Sigillite.
wastelands of Damnathor, we rise to claim our freedom.
What is yet to come is for us to decide.
Alright, let's go. Master of the Arcana, Scryer's Gaze. Actually, this is pretty good. You know why this is actually pretty good? A lot of people attack this with ranged attack at the start because a lot of Genestealer lower drops, like the bombs and everything. Never mind. This is very familiar. What's happening right now? Reminds me of the previous game. I had the exact same type of start. Okay, no, to play the Chaplain.
The hour of battle.
It's a little bit different now. Let's just drop the Locust and pass. Firstborn, okay, that's good.
Sons of Gilliman.
Master of the Arcana. Might of the Heroes, okay. Oh, wow. Alright, that's an interesting way to do it. Oh.
Your fate is sealed.
I think this is the play. So I think he made a very cool play here, but we have to counter that. So let's also make a very cool play. So this one is not playing a burn, and that is very, very good for us because now we can actually abuse our power. Avenging Zeal. Oof, that's early. That's a very early Avenging Zeal that he just did. Well, in any case, I have to keep bashing him. There's no reason not to. And let's drop the Saboteur. You know, I could make him burn cards here quite a bit. But I don't think it takes priority over Reductus because I could have done double cut them off, which would put me in a very good spot. But again, I don't think that's something we should do. Okay, there's the barricade. There's the death from above. Now all of us can assume what's happening next. Yes, 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 yes. We know exactly what's gonna happen next. He's gonna drop the... Wait a minute, I got it. Yeah. He's gonna do the Assault Doctrine. But if he does do that, then his hand is full of traps, and I can do a trap sprung, plus 2 of these explode into his face. So I don't think it's worth it for him to do the Assault Doctrine here. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Because he just kills me after 1 turn. Yeah, I think he's wrong. I don't think he should have done that. Yeah, that's a mistake. That's a very cool Varro strategy that people are utilizing right now, but you can do that the way this guy just did it. It was way too risky.
The future is not
Yeah,
set.
there you go.
Hope always glimmers.
It was a little bit too risky to play not to play an assault doctrine. That's not the part that was risky. I think the part that was risky is not even taking out one bomb. But then again, I also understand his play because he would kill me in one turn. Thus it starts to make... Oh, okay. I think Thunderstorm is good here because they're playing aggro. Because he could then kill me in one turn, right? So that makes a lot of sense.
From the
Mogd
wastelands of
Rattles.
Damnathor, we rise
Was
to
this the guy I
claim
played
our
last
freedom.
time? I don't remember.
What is
I
yet
gotta
to
check it
come
out.
is for us
We
to
just passed for his
decide.
turn, so we're not gonna trade. Now knowing that these Varros are playing very aggressive, I'm gonna refrain from doing that. Gonna start off with the Master of Arcana, I think, because he wants to get, not Master of Arcana, but Scryer's Gaze, because he wants to get his key tactics. We're gonna drop the Locust.
Your fate is
Actually, I'm
sealed.
thinking here, maybe I should go a little bit aggro, because when they get into the Assault Doctrine, then they become very strong, so maybe I do need to attack him. Devastator Doctrine? Okay, yeah, I think this is the same guy. Okay, that's gonna be a very good trade for him. Plus, make sure he doesn't get stunned. That's nice. We got an Underground Network, which is beautiful, I think. And that's probably his next turn. He has to get rid of that. I think at least, right? Oh. Oh.
Strike at their weakness to prevail.
Yikes. That is very scary. That is also scary because I don't have much to answer this with. Okay, let's then just... Let's then just do that. And pass, I guess. At least he doesn't get his ability, so that's good. That's gonna give me bonus energy. Okay, he's playing the Apothecary as well, what? Okay, now we're in business, boys. Now we are, however, in business. Take that out. Destroy the Apothecary because you can't have them keep that in hand. Make sure he's not drawing his ability. Not using his ability a lot because in that case he just gets the necessary tactics. There's Inspired Retribution. He's gonna take more damage again. There you go. Probably has to attack that. That's good. And he has 9 cards in his hand. We do Underground Network. 100% here. We're also going to do this. We're gonna do this. And we're also going to do this. Now, the problem here is that he probably gets an Assault Doctrine ready. Which I'm not sure how to answer. Unless I get my Trap Sprung next turn, he will win with Assault Doctrine, so it's scary as hell. So with Assault Doctrine, he gets 14 HP, gets down to 13. Oh no, he decides to get rid of some of the traps. Okay, alright. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Oh, okay. And that's GG. Yeah, GG. Ooh, these Varros are giving me a tough time, man. These Varros are giving me a tough time. Did I fight 3 different Varos using the same deck? No, it was the same one. Okay, alright, then it makes sense. Okay, so 2 losses and 2 wins for starters. I'd say that's not bad. Actually, it's not bad because all 4 opponents we faced were aggro, which is more interesting because, as I said, we're not that good against aggro. It's more interesting to fight the decks that are good against us rather than the decks that we're just going to stomp, right? So it's pretty good. Okay, we got Orikan the Diviner, which I absolutely hate because it's gonna be Scarabs, but you know what? You know what? I think this is the rare case where I'm going to say we deserve it because we're playing Gene Stealers. This is the rare case where I'm actually going to sit and play this thing against the Scarabs. I usually, I'm not, like, if I'm not playing like a completely good deck against the Scarabs, I usually auto surrender the game. But in this rare case, we're definitely doing it, guys. Poison supplies, jammed comms, improvised barricade, I think, just to fill up his hand. That being said, we're not necessarily terrible maybe against the Scarabs because we can get a lot of traps out of those, but we don't have much AoE, we don't have the mines we can blow up, there it is, so it becomes a little bit difficult. So he went first, so maximum he can get is 4 Scarabs, which is okay, I think. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Another barricade, that's great. Don't know if the Patriarch is any good. I think ambush is the way to go here. He could still get 4 Scarabs next turn. That's 1. And he uses this ability, I think. There you go. And if he's smart, he's going to take it out with the Warlord. Yes, he does. So how do we approach this situation? I think we just do an underground network. Just throw it in there, I guess. Oh yeah, this is gonna hurt, guys. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna be a painful match. But call it our penitent crusade. Oh my god, this is gonna be so terrible. Holy hell, that's pretty nasty. Okay. Atalan leader 100%. This thing has to go, and not only does it have to go, the remnant also has to go, because otherwise it's crazy. Reductus is gonna be pretty good, but he's going to do an explosion at some point. There's jam communications. That's 1. That's 2. 1, that's 2, now multiplies. How many cards does he have? Maybe I could just fill off his hand next turn, right? And also make him burn a necessary card he's trying to draw. That actually could be the play, guys. That actually could be the play. Hyperlogical strategist. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this strategy. Okay, he burns a card, he burns his ability. That is good because every time Orikan, it's like Azrael, he's choosing what he wants to draw, so you're making him draw burn the chosen cards. That's actually why Genestealers are currently extremely good against Archangels. Like, it's actually funny how good they are against the Archangels. Oh my god. Take it easy. Okay. Patriarch, we don't care. We're gonna go for familiar here. And we're going to clear the right side completely. Or at least going to try that. Now, if he has Scarab Explosion, I think he can just win. If he doesn't, however, we might get a small chance at victory. He plays that very well. I think I could use my Trap Sprung quite a bit here. Okay. Chronomancer. Maybe I should have drawn a card.
Your fate is sealed.
Okay, let's see what he got. His hand is full of traps. Trap Sprung could actually finish the game, but... Or if he for some reason decides to drop a Monolith or something like that, I could just steal it with Domination. I think that's gonna be Explosion, right? Is it? Yeah, that's Explosion. No? Huh. Interesting. Yikes. That's too late to get a Biofagus now.
The day of ascension approaches.
Actually, neophyte leaders are a very good thing to have against the Scarabs, but again, I'm not expecting to see a lot of Scarabs running around, but if you do have that situation, neophyte leaders could, not neophyte leaders, sorry, icon bearers can be a very, very good tool to fight them. His hand is full currently, but I just don't have any HP to compete with it, so yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but what can you do? I knew the game was lost even before it began, guys. I think Scarabs is one of the most effective tools against the Genestealers. So no matter which Genestealer it is, it doesn't really matter. Of course, provided that the Genestealer is playing the Sabotage type of archetype, then yes. Or you need to run some mines, and like if you as a Genestealer player are seeing a lot of Scarabs and they're giving you problems, you can, of course, retaliate with that. This is not too bad. Retaliate by putting mines in your deck, which is a possibility. Okay, we got another Sylar. So how does this square up against Sylar again? Let's see. Mog Dratos again. I'm facing this guy third time already in this video.
The warp flows through me, and it will be your doom.
Oh. Okay, this is the rare case where I think I'm going to just give him a barricade. I don't usually like using clandestine operation right off the bat, but when playing against aggro decks, you might actually want to do that so that you fill up their hand quickly. Oh my god, what are you doing? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not too good. That's not too good, brother. That's not good. That is absolutely not good. I think he made a big mistake.
I serve the dark gods.
Oh boy. That's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt so bad. Oh my god. That is so terrible. Oh. Yikes. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. That is so wrong, guys. That was so wrong. On so many levels. Holy hell. Okay. Against the Tau. Now, against the Tau, it's a little bit better because even though... what's his face? Warshaper is very cool and is also an aggro warlord. He's not, I think, nearly as aggro as the others.
From the wastelands of Damnathan,
So against the
we
Warshaper,
rise
I
to
really
claim our
don't need to
freedom.
do Clandestine, I think. I'm gonna keep it. I'm just gonna pass the turn. I know he has 30 HP, but I don't really need to go aggro against him. Because he heals and everything. Okay, the good thing about this is, every time he does that, I'm gonna give a free sabotage to him. So I'm kind of punishing his gameplay there. So what he'll have to do is get rid of the cult propaganda now, and I play the Locust. If he chooses to not get rid of it and play a unit, then I'll punish him again by giving him another trap plus clandestine. Oh my god. Yeah, that's an interesting choice, honestly. Okay.
The day of ascension approaches.
This is getting interesting. I was sure that he would get rid of the trap. Oh, oh my god. That is very good. That was his big play, and now that big play is gone, which is perfect. So he's got one barricade and he's got one cult. He could use this turn to get rid of both, honestly, and I think that would be a good turn. Because this is invulnerable anyway, so, you know. But if he does that, then I play a Reductus on an empty enemy board, which is beautiful, obviously. And I stun him again. I keep him stunned. Not sure if I can agree with what he's doing here.
The call of the hunt.
Give him another one. And another one. That's actually pretty funny. Hello, Invisible Patriarch. He starts burning his hand. Now it's starting to look really bad. Again, it's not gonna be good. As I'm still gonna do these things. Now he has to use AoE or fold the game. Otherwise, it's an auto loss. Beyond tactics, relentless. I don't think he needed the fusillade. I think it was obvious what was hiding there. Oh, okay, I see. Not fusillade, but the Kuyon tactics, but maybe he's just also trying to empty his hand. Oh my god, this is so bad. I don't even want to talk about this. This is terrifying. If he played something, I could trigger the Atalan ability, which would be terrifying. But the worst part is I don't even need to do that anymore. I think he's done, right? Yeah, he's finished here. He is finished. He is finished. So as I said, even though Warshaper is kind of aggro, he's not the good matchup for. He's not a good matchup into this for him. That is because what happens is that every time he drops some units, I just take it out and give him a sabotage, which is disgusting. Jane Czar. Tough one. This is gonna be a tough one.
We rise to claim our freedom.
You face the storm of silence.
And it's a correct choice from his side. He's oh, that's actually pretty good. He's doing the aggro approach. Okay, this is pretty interesting, but I think I need to get familiar here. Icon is good, but again, against an aggro matchup, not so good. This could be a tough thing for him to take out. Maybe we could play this. We could also play the Locust. Oh, maybe we play the Locust, and then we do Aberrant, and yeah. I think that's what we do. And we could do the Aberrant and Familiar next turn when he plays something, just to crash into it. Unless it's a flyer, in which case it's gonna get a little dirty. But, oh, okay.
Still.
Okay. So much for that. So much for that idea. This shall be tough. So if he does play the barricade this turn, doesn't play anything else because it's 4 cost. Banshee Mask. Okay, so still hyper aggroing, which makes a lot of sense. Holy hell. We're not looking good, guys. But at least we're gonna get a Vanguard unit here. So, Aberrant with a Familiar. Go and do your job. Now, Eldar do have a lot of shuriken, so they will be able to deal with that one without much problem. But... keeps me stunned anyway, okay.
I bring swift demise.
Yikes. What do we do, boys? What do we do? We can't do shit, I think, right? Yeah, really, we can't do anything. I think we resign.
Withdraw, but our uprising
Yeah, this is a tough one.
isn't over.
This is probably the toughest one. This is probably the toughest one you can face on the ladder. Let's see who's next. Okay, it is a Tyrannid and the Swarmlord, to be specific. Okay, this is actually gonna be pretty good. So unless the Swarmlord gets a ridiculous amount of stealth
Ride forth, brethren.
at the start,
The
we
Star
are in a
Children
huge
watch
advantage
over
in
us.
this matchup. First of all, because of all the good trades we can do, and second, because Swarmlord having to use traps is very bad for Swarmlord. Because Tyrannids already have a tempo problem because they start really playing at energy 4 maybe, unless they use their digestion pool, obviously. And ruining their tempo with sabotages
The
is not
Grizzle
good for
Pit
them.
And I have created such wonders to fuel our ascension.
That's an interesting thing now. So he chooses to drop something instead of getting rid. Oh, because he stealthed it, right? Oh my, that is scary. Let's give him something to think about. Let's give him something to target. That's a very good play. That's actually a very good way of doing it. So, Stealth Tyrannid Warrior, pretty good. If he buffs this Tyrannid Warrior, then he can take this out. No problemo. Then with the Swarmlord attack, okay. What's next though? Nothing's next. In that case, we do this.
The call of the stars.
Keep that warrior stunned. I was expecting that. I was actually expecting that.
I clear the path for ascension.
That's exactly why I kept the Ridge Runner in the hand. Ridge Runner is pretty good versus Tyrannids. So he has Cult Propaganda in his hand. You know, I actually really like... Oh, Rapacious Hunger, okay. I actually really like when opponent gets Cult Propaganda in their hand. Mainly due to a single reason. People tend to underestimate just how good that card is. People tend to really underestimate that, and when they finally get just how disgusting it is, it becomes a little bit too late. I'm gonna give him another Cult Propaganda. Why the hell not? Give me more Neophytes. 2 Neophytes a turn? I'd say a pretty good deal. So he's got... Oh, that's what he gets rid of first. Okay, then. Drops in euro. Okay, Hive Commander. It's interesting that he's not attacking at all. I'm not sure if... I'm not sure if that is correct. Though, I mean... Can't really blame him for it, obviously. Give him one trap, sabotage, sorry, and give him another sabotage. And he no longer gets his Hive Commander, which is good. So now he's actually looking pretty bad. He's got 2 of the most annoying sabotages, and he's also giving me 2 neophytes per turn. And these neophytes are gonna swarm up. Once I have like 5, next turn it's gonna become very, very frustrating. Like, very frustrating to deal with. Gets rid of another one. And... hyper adaptation. Oh, stealth, you say? Okay. Well, good thing I have a ton of neophytes to assist me. Well, my hand... I did burn my hand a little bit, but...
Ascension approaches.
It's okay.
The day of ascension
Day of
approaches.
Ascension. Oh.
The day of ascension approaches.
I'm gonna make sure I abuse this as much as I can.
Ascension approaches.
Let's also play this. I just want to make sure everything is gone from the board. Give him double barricade as well. And attack him. Now there might be Rapacious Hunger. But that's gonna be it for his Rapacious Hungers. There's no more. And I have Day of Ascension. He has another one. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's 12 healing. That's a lot, I'll be honest. Ooh. It's getting a little scary. Let me do the Biophagus here.
The Grizzle Pit and I have created such wonders to fuel our ascension.
Now he's gonna start burning those cards. Pretty good. Pretty good. So the overtime against Gene Stealers as control is really scary because of this singular reason. So what does he have now? Poison supplies, barricades, and cult propaganda, right? So he needs to get rid of the poison supplies. It's mandatory. She's probably gonna do it, right? Yeah, and here, what? Interesting, actually. Interesting choice. Let me take this off. See if I can not the perfect option, but I still have ways of abusing it. Okay, now he has 5 traps in his hand, 5 sabotages, and he burns 2 cards plus his warlord power. That's perfect. I'm not sure if Swarmlord can be considered like true aggro, more mid-range, I guess. So we can't really count this as a win against aggro, I think, or maybe we can, I don't know. Get rid of another one. Okay. So you're gonna have 7 cards, right? So you have 7 cards. Actually, let's make that... Let's give you another one. Okay, I'm not gonna do the Ascension. This is too funny not to do.
Your fate is sealed.
What are the sabotages he currently has? 1 poison supplies, 2 poison supplies, 3 barricades. Okay, that's actually a pretty good setup. This turn he could get rid of... If you want to fill the whole board with those things or what? Oh, I see the plan. Okay, okay. A board full of spores. Unfortunately for him, oh no, he's not gonna like what's gonna happen here. He's not gonna like it, guys. He had a nice plan with that, but futile in this case. GG. Alright. Let's play one more game and we'll be done with that. I think this became a very good code video to showcase Gene Stealers versus Aggro in most cases, right? Achilles, we can actually swap it. Okay, that's not too bad. Now we're up against Abaddon. Abaddon is not as aggro as Sylar, so we could technically have a better time against Abaddon than Sylar. I don't think we trade against him though. I think we just, you know, pass the turn on turn 1.
From the wastelands of Damnathor, we rise to claim our freedom.
Do we start off with Clandestine? I don't think we start off with this, because against Abaddon, that is like, I think, useless. Unless it turns out that he has a Veteran Legionary plus... plus the Mark of Tzeentch. Which could happen. But in most cases, people take Hellfire Outburst against Gene Stealers, because Gene Stealers also have a lot of stealth.
Your skull is already mine.
What? Okay. That's a weird start. Well, we know what his next turn is. He just uses this. Okay.
Your fate is sealed.
Probably Hellfire Outburst will hit this guy. Or not, I don't know. It doesn't take him out because he has 4 HP, so... everything is possible.
My hate drives me.
Yeah, that's not looking too good for him, I think. Oh, Hellfire. Okay, this is getting interesting. But I think it's still not enough. Let's see if this stuns Abaddon. Oh my god. Yeah, this is not good. For him, that is. Start giving him trash. It's an important part of everything. Black Legion don't have the easiest time emptying their hand either, especially when you're playing something like Abaddon, so... Oh my god, he's in trouble, man. He's in trouble. Prepare to burn a lot of cards, my friend. And I got living icons as well. Ugh. Living icon, not icons. Okay, so he already burns the card, and every time he burns his Warlord power, that's 2 healing gone. That is beautiful. And every time he chooses not to empty his hand from the trash that I've given him, he starts to lose the game. By the way, you know what is the thing with the barricade? When somebody gives you the barricade, a lot of players will not get rid of it. It's kind of like the cult propaganda because it doesn't seem like it's so bad. But in reality, barricade is really bad. I think it's just like maybe a psychological thing that you see that it does nothing. So, you know, I'll just keep it. What could go wrong, right? But it fills up your hands so bad that, you know, it becomes impossible to deal with later on. So I could play Klamavus here, and I think that is exactly what I'm gonna do. No. I'm gonna be toxic. I'm gonna give him more traps. And another clandestine. Give him another improvised barricade. No more, no less. So Patriarch or Underground Network? Sanctus is really good. Still burning everything he has in his hand. You know, I think this is a good example of why this Warlord is a terrible design. Why this Warlord never should have happened. Because as you guys can clearly see, what this Warlord has done for the game is that now we have a situation where some archetypes are completely unplayable and everybody is playing aggro because there's really no other choice. You just have to play aggro. And I think that is terrible. I think that is not good for the game. I think that is terrible design. For example, is this Abaddon having any fun right now? Of course he's not. Even if he wins the game, he's not gonna be feeling good about it. Because it's freaking disgusting. By the way, is this still stealth? Oh my god, it is. Holy hell, that's so bad.
Your blood flow.
Oh, that is so bad. And the animation is even a little bugged. Oh, because he never got to attack. He just used his... Well, now you know that interaction, guys. At least there's that. There's the Hound.
Your skull is already mine.
Don't face bash. It's not gonna be good. So 5 times 3, 15. 18, yeah, it's GG. It is GG with backstab, I believe. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's really not good for the game because everybody is forced to play aggro now, while control decks have zero chance of doing anything whatsoever. So, yeah, I think it's overall, the verdict is this is not good for the game, right? I know that a lot of people have been saying that, oh, you know, like, it's not that bad or so on, but come on. You can see how bad it is when the whole friggin' meta is shaped around one thing, which is sabotage, right? Maybe it's not the Warlord, maybe it's the sabotages themselves, but, well, I think the good way would be to just, if you want to do something with this Warlord, change sabotage into trigger ambush or something so that you have some, I don't know, different type of gameplay. Not only sabotage based, which was already really good. I don't think sabotage was the archetype that really needed any support because it was good as it was. But, well, now that is the state we are in, guys. At least I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.